What's up, everybody? This is the Difficult to Please podcast, episode 3, season 2.
Yeah, three.
Season 2, episode 3. Yeah.
What's good, man?
It's Erwin.
And this is JV. And we're two 30-year-olds who explore the many aspects of pop culture, nerdism, fashion, music, media, and food.
We want to give you a platform that informs you and invites you to think and dialogue about our topics.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, let's just jump into it.
Let's jump into it. Drop it.
Drop.
All right. So it's been about, it's getting regular again, at least.
Yeah, compared to like our 4-month summer break.
Our summer break.
Our summer break. After one episode, summer break was good.
Fucking, yeah. So, man, what's up with you? Like, been
Complex Con.
fuck again.
Nah, I'm thinking about it this
Half the
time.
season is gonna be a Complex Con again.
So before this, Erwin told me, he's like, oh yeah, because we're about to do a different topic actually. And Erwin told me like, oh yeah, just go refresh on our TLDR episode. And I did. And during the same exact time, I was talking about going to Complex Con, about my fears and worries about it. Now, a year later, come back to it, I'm like, still in the same boat. I'm still thinking about going there. I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. I know on the podcast, I listened to it. I listened to our previous ones. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to go next year. I'm like, oh, I'm on the edge still, but we'll see.
Your episode 1 update, you said you did not want to go. What was the last episode?
I don't remember.
One of the episodes, you're like, I don't want to go anymore. I'm kind of over it. And now you're like, I'm back on it.
I don't know, because I'm so curious about it. I'm so curious about the scene, but at the same time, I'm not, because I'm not about it. But I want to see it, kind of thing. I want to see its like direction, I guess.
I just find it funny that it's going full circle again, talking about Complex Con.
I know. Then like last few months was like Anime Expo, and I said, "Oh, that's gonna be my last one." Then
I went,
and then like I'm still considering maybe that's my last one because I keep going. It's like it's whacker and whacker and whacker, but I'm just like,
but it's tight though.
It's tight though.
It's tight in a way.
Yeah, it's tight because it reignites my. What do you call it? That's childhood.
It's totally fine.
But I shouldn't drop that much money on. I didn't drop much money on that event this year. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little bit more like, not gonna buy that plush, which is weird, but yeah.
Again?
No, so yeah, that's the thing. And I don't know. Since the last time we really talked about it, I told you I was reading like 4 books a month, kind of thing. Now,
yeah,
right?
you were trying to get to a goal where audiobook or reading a book.
Yeah, so 4 a month and I'm on it. So I've just been learning a lot, so it's been cool. So I know we're going to have a self-help episode, so maybe that's where I'll wind everything
we'll get there. We'll get there.
So current news, man. Let's talk about shit that's been going on lately.
Yeah. Since the last time we talked, that whole thing with Colin Kaepernick again.
Right.
With the Nike campaign and the Just Do It stuff.
Yeah, and people are super sensitive about it. So yeah, this we were about to actually talk about sensitivity too originally, because everyone got so like butthurt about Kaepernick and Nike, and people were burning their Nikes and shit like that. Man,
it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
How does that protest anything? What does that do?
It doesn't do anything. Like, okay.
Like as Trevor Noah said, you already gave Nike your money. It's like not like you could get it back. You would have to like go over there and be like, hey, I want my money back. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's doing damage to Nike, but
yeah, and it's just so weird. Okay, like. The main reason I wanted to bring it up was that, okay, like we see all the stuff on social media and people were reporting it on the news. People were like burning their Nikes, throwing away anything Nike apparel, or like they were cutting the Nike logo out of like their clothes, right? Mm-hmm. But then it's like, why? Like, you're just doing it to look stupid. Like, there's like, what's the point of that like boycott or protest when,
right,
like you said, they already bought the product.
Right, they can do whatever the fuck they want with it,
dude.
Yeah.
Like you gave your money up already, and if you're really that mad about Nike, why don't you just donate your Nikes instead of burning them in protest?
All right,
that's stupid.
Yeah.
But I mean, we didn't need to do a whole hour episode on that.
Right. So yeah, that's what we decided to. But we now do 30-minute episodes.
No, the last episode was like 55. 50-ish. But it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, and And okay, and I guess I also wanted to bring up with Colin Kaepernick. It's so weird how people are still very reactionary about Colin Kaepernick, even though he has not played in the NFL for at least 2 seasons, right?
Right.
So it's beyond me, because I want to think that like people just get over it. Like, dude, he's like their spokesperson. Fucking get over it, dude. Like,
Right. He's not playing
like
anymore.
he's not playing anyways. Like, he's gonna get his check. So cool, dude. Like, you're gonna boycott it, but that ad wasn't for you.
Yeah.
Like
That was.
that, and
That was for Nike.
yeah, dude. Like, it's a campaign, man. If you felt offended, like, okay, that wasn't for you. And I think I also wanted to bring up real quick. Did you hear how like in the news, like somebody reported how In-N-Out gave money to the Republican Party?
Really?
Yeah, and like people were like, "Oh, let's boycott fucking In-N-Out." I was like, "No, we're not boycotting In-N-Out. I'm not boycotting In-N-Out."
Because they gave money to
I
Republicans.
don't give a fuck.
But it means different. It means different for you because, like, for example, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is different, right?
I will. What's that? Fucking the Aziz. Fucking.
Right, but you know
That's
what I
a
mean?
really good chicken sandwich, and it's hard to fucking give up that chicken sandwich.
Right. But because
It's really
because
good.
it attacks the issue, not like a group of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they took a stance.
Yeah.
Versus In-N-Out. In-N-Out is just giving money to a Republican Party.
Yeah, it's a
Not
stance
all-
versus like, but still, it's kind of
An
the same
affiliation,
time.
yeah.
Like, I mean, shit, dude. When your product is that good, it's like, fuck it, dude. Like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna eat this fucking chicken sandwich and chicken nuggets.
So you ate the chicken sandwich?
Fuck, dude. We'll get fucking Chick-fil-A every 2 weeks at least. At least. I don't want to say I don't have a problem with it. It's just the thing I'm willing to like compromise, because it's like, okay, like, why not? Like, it's a good sandwich. Why, like, over
You
something?
can deprive yourself over it
Yeah.
because they don't support
And it's
gay
like
marriage.
the same shit as like In-N-Out. It's like, oh, they gave money to the Republican Party. I'm like, okay, like, they still make a really good burger.
What about the dude who like refuses to make a wedding cake for gay couples?
Well, that's like, what's that?
But he'll make them other stuff.
But
He
that's,
just won't make
yeah,
a wedding cake.
it's. I think that's like one of those.
Kind of gray.
It's not gray, but it's like if you don't do it for them, what's stopping you from doing it to other groups of people? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, it's just that slippery slope. So like one thing, and then it's gonna lead to another thing. It's like,
Right.
no.
But isn't that kind of like at first people were kind of backing him up? He's like, yeah, he shouldn't because it's his business in a way, and that's what he believed in. Don't push like other people's beliefs on him. But I think he's doing something else now. Like,
Is he?
that's I haven't followed up on it, but I remember his name came up on the news again. I was like, oh, but now he's
Well,
like,
I thought we're off there.
yeah. So I was like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll follow up on
I
it.
think, yeah, just to neatly wrap this up when it comes to like boycotting and products and all that stuff, it's once you give your money to that thing, you're almost like, okay, like you already gave it up, so why did you don't need to protest? Like, I already gave up. Like, I gave money to Chick-fil-A because I eat fucking their chicken sandwiches every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Like, I can criticize their stances, but I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm still giving money to them, so whatever, dude. Like,
right.
call me out on that shit. I don't mind. Like, the sandwich is really that fucking good. Like, fuck it. So yeah, there's that. Just do it campaign. Just do it. Just eat
Just
it.
do it. Mm-hmm. Obviously, 9/11 just happened 2 days
Fucking-
ago. As of today's 9/13.
9/13. You know what happened in 9/13?
I was trying to think of a joke, but I couldn't.
Tupac died in 9/13.
Oh no! Did you fucking probably recorded that shit? You probably knew. Like you probably looked like what happened today website and
No, I was like, why? Like, I when I wake up, I scroll through Instagram. I was like, why is there a photo of Tupac? And then I think it was Complex's R.I.P. Tupac. I was like, oh shit, Tupac died today. 22 years ago.
damn.
That shit's wild.
He was only 25 when he died. 20.
Yeah, he was young as fuck. Same thing with Biggie.
Yeah, they're both young. But almost
But
30.
yeah, not going back 9/11. I mean, what else? I mean, there's not a new take. There's no.
There's Elon Musk smoking weed, which Erwin showed me a clip of before this.
Yeah.
I don't get why everyone's fucking sensitive about that.
I think the only reason why people are like making a big deal out of it is that he's a CEO of like $1 billion company or whatever. I don't know how their valuation, but it's
Correct, but Steve Jobs also smoked weed, and no one else calls him out on it.
on video on a podcast.
Oh, I mean, he admitted to it, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's different, right? When you have the tape and shit like that.
I guess.
So
Visuals,
yeah, so there's that, and then his name keeps staying in the news about. He was like tweeting like a month ago or something like that, where he was gonna take Tesla private.
Right.
Or like take it off the stock market.
He's kind of like up and down. He's very inconsistent. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like staying in the news and shit like that. And it's just like, like.
He's newsworthy, I guess.
Yeah.
In a way, it's kind of like Trump, but less Trump. You want to think? You know what I mean? Like he's active on Twitter and active on social media with connecting to people. And like you're going to take him for his highs and his lows. Yeah. Because he's going to be like, I'm going to straight up take that private. He's like, no. I'm just kidding.
Just kidding. Yeah, I mean okay, and for Elon Musk smoking weed, I was just wanted to call him out. He just looked like a noob. Like
I know, I saw that. Yeah, he looked like the way I first like took a cigarette. You put it in your cheeks and you let all that smoke out. You're like, that smoke didn't go anywhere. It just stayed in your cheeks.
He didn't pull it. He was just kind of like
he took it like a cigar. It was sick.
For him, he was like examining it like a cigar, and then he was like, I'm gonna smoke this blunt. He's
like, oh yeah.
It's like, what?
It was great.
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much the news.
Random tidbit. Did you know that Elon Musk is part of a bot
the
company?
Illuminati?
No. He helps create bots, like self-learning AI bots, and so he puts that against like Dota players, right? Like
okay.
And then like that bot will learn and use different strategies, and when they will go against. So far, the bots never lost to an expert player yet, but that bot is enabling them to think of better strategies and newer strategies.
That's like
to try out.
Isn't it like the computer chess player?
Right, it's the next level now. Right. Now they want to do like a 5v5, like where it's gonna be like a team of 5, right, versus 5 self-learning AI bots, and they're gonna try thinking like strategies like. What's different, what's not, because they actually learn more effective strategies playing the bot. They're like, oh, why is the bot doing this? But then they realize like they're getting outbeat the bot. So they're kind of like incorporating. It's like fucking hyperbolic time chamber, man. They're just like learning within their own environment instead of playing like humans. Now they're gonna play against like bots who are playing at a higher efficiently or higher.
Okay, this is why we need to do a fucking AI fucking robots episode. I don't know with any expert, but shit, like we're gonna get to a fucking level of AI and robots.
Right.
It's gonna be like every super feature fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be somewhere between her, the Spike Jonze movie, and like
Altered Carbon or what?
I didn't see Altered Carbon. Carbon. I don't know. What's the Will Smith one?
I was going to say.
iRobot?
Yeah, iRobot. Yeah. Don't worry. I have stuff already planned for that too because I did a whole speech on robotics.
Shit, man. Yeah. Like the robotic dog. The shit is wild.
It's more than a dog, man. You're forgetting about
the backflip. The backflip.
No, man, I'm talking about the robot that can open doors and stuff. Yeah.
Isn't that the same one that can do the backflip too, right? Or is that a different robot?
That's a different robot. Yeah, there's one that could run like a few kilometers per hour, like hella fast. And
No. That's that. Yeah.
Like by Boston.
Okay, now I remember.
Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
I got you.
We'll get there someday. You can probably edit that shit out, but okay.
We need to talk about robotics now.
I know, right? Well, the current news is... So I actually brought this up to Erwin this morning. I wanted to talk about K-pop today, and it's a very simple segue, but
very simple.
And Erwin was kind of like, "What?" In a way, it's like, that's like a random ass topic. So I was reminding him like, so we're kind of the point of this podcast is to talk about like pop culture, nerd culture, and all that, and K-pop is actually now slowly getting woven into like American pop culture now. Like I know you don't watch TV and I don't watch TV too,
No.
so I was kind of like,
I mean, yeah,
on it.
with the exception of sports.
Right.
Yeah, right. Pretty much.
So we all know that this K-pop group called BTS is now like the big wave in the US.
Yes.
It's-
I will agree with that.
Right. And it's like it's way bigger than what Psy was, right? Because Psy had
Well, Kasai was like a gimmick, right? Like that's his gimmick persona.
right. It was a gimmick persona. It was like a high tension, high fun music video, and that's
It wasn't supposed to go to the U.S., right? It was supposed to just be like this
It's
thing
crazy.
making fun of people, like rich people,
right. So
rich
that's what it
Koreans and
was.
shit like that.
Right. And then BTS is a different wave. Like they have a huge fan base.
Yeah, you're gonna have to just explain everything, man, because I'm like,
Right. So okay,
I don't listen to K-pop.
I don't
and
either. That's the thing. I don't. But I did research on the subject because for this. So just real quick, I would say like I would recommend reading Vox or watching Vox's video on K-pop. They're like kind of like the start of
Okay.
K-pop, right? So that's interesting because they kind of talk about like the first K-pop group who was kind of like they did like hip hop dancing and
Was it like in the 80s?
yeah,
Okay.
ish, yeah. So
Okay.
they had like big ass jeans and whatnot, right?
Uh huh.
So that was kind of like to fight, no, not fight, but like like talk about like expressing themselves. That was the whole point of that K-pop group. Like I think, forgive me for the name, I don't remember, but it's like Taji Boys or something like that.
Okay.
So whatever. Okay,
I'll take your word for it.
right. So years later, like we known about K-pop for a while, but it was never
Yes.
big. Like we knew about like groups like Shiny. Like I've never listened to any of these groups, by the way. So
Uh-huh.
Shiny, Big Bang, and Girls' Generation are like the top three I can name from my head.
But that's like within the last 10 years, right?
Right.
And then there's the stuff like an international channel. Like they would have
Right.
like K-pop music video
Yeah.
countdown on like off either Friday nights or Saturday nights. And
Okay, that I didn't know. 'Cause
Yeah.
I never did that.
well,
shit.
because it's
I was
like
never into
there
it.
was like it. What that was during the time of like Napster and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's because it's like what Boa was K-pop, right?
Oh,
Right, Boa.
Bo was not popular in Korea. She's actually more popular in Japan. So she always did.
See, that's the
Japanese
thing.
music.
It's like because it was like remember those like the J-pop shows and the K-pop shows, like the
Right.
variety shows and shit like that,
Right.
and the Chinese ones too.
Right.
And that's the only like my only frame of reference because of like, and that's how I know Ayumi Hamasaki and Utari Karu and Boa.
Not from games.
Well, I mean, with the exception of like
Come on,
Kingdom
man.
Hearts, bro.
But
But
say, don't hide from it, man. I know you play that shit.
I mean, yeah, obviously with the few exceptions, but yeah, that's it, right? Like
Right.
there and then there was a gap or something like that happened
I mean, I didn't follow it, so
because like
People were into
which
it.
group wasn't Tae Yang in a group
who's that?
that he
Was he the one who committed suicide recently?
oh shit was he? I don't know, bro. I don't listen to
But there,
the
okay,
dude
but
that
there is a
Shauna
Korean-
Barista was doing choreography for.
I don't remember. There's so many like California dancers who are doing K-pop stuff.
Yeah, and that's so crazy, right? How like
Right.
yeah, just on a tangent real quick. It's like the dance scene, how coming up and in the time even before America's Best Dance Crew it's actually been 10 years.
Longer than that. But yeah.
No, yeah, because it was Jabawaki's
Right.
One in 08 and shit like that. Yeah, in the time in the dance scene, it was mainly, it was the circuit of like culture shock shows or Bust the Groove or Body Rock, etc. Right? It was like the whole thing, and it wasn't like I guess the top end of that was gonna like of people who wanted to still do dance was like you're gonna go on tour with somebody like like Beyonce is hiring dancers, so
Right.
you have the opportunity to tour with any kind of artist who's hiring. But it's a trip now, a decade. Jabawaki's has had a show in Vegas for a decade. A running show, but and then you have people. Doing choreography overseas in Korea because that's where the fucking market is. It's so weird because that's how the scene evolved.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Did he fucking die?
Who?
Yeah, you're right. Big Bang. The guy in Big Bang.
Yeah, so he committed suicide recently.
Recently?
Last year, I think. Or earlier this year.
This guy?
No, I don't know who that guy is.
I just know him because Sean Evarista did choreo for him. That's all I know.
Oh.
Anyways.
Okay. So the K-pop scene, for me, at least, I don't know all the groups. I'm just listening.
No,
to
totally fine.
Yeah. So like Big Bang, SHINee, EXO are like the only three I really know. I know there's a million more, but
Obviously.
I don't know.
And then, yeah.
For me, everyone's the same. Like they all have there's only 3 or 5 major producing studios who manufacture all these K-pop groups, right? So that's why kind of all their music does kind of sound the same. They all have the same vibe. Their themes are usually about love, heartbreak. I don't know, shit you see in a Korean drama, right? That's what they usually talk about.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Sounds about right.
So then this group called BTS comes in. And what really separated...
And what... Do you remember when they first came out?
2012 was their debut.
2012, okay.
Yeah. But they didn't pop off until 2016. Because when BTS first started, they were more kind of they came from a studio that didn't really have money. So a dude branched out from another studio, created his own, and basically they were training in someone else's studio kind of thing, right?
Okay.
So that's how they first started. Started doing more hip-hop music. That was their damn thing. And then 2016, they broke out. That was their debut, and that's when they got super famous around the world. So what really so what I was reading about these K-pop groups is that the reason why BTS stands out so much is that the creators or the industry, their whoever producers and whatnot, let them be more expressive. So that was what separated. So actually, what BTS sings about, they sing about mental health, depression, and knowing to love yourself. That's why all their albums are called Love Yourself. Not the Justin Bieber fucking song. So that's the quick thing. And I guess people really vibe with that, and that's why they were so appealing, and they were kind of really genuine about it. Versus other manufactured groups told them you can't do this, you can't do this. This is how you do it. This is what you're gonna do, and how you're gonna do it.
Yeah. So I had to watch a couple of videos before this podcast, and it's a.
I don't get it still. I really don't get it still.
I'm very open. Obviously, we're talking about this.
It's pop culture.
It's pop culture. It's nerd shit. Yeah, and as I was watching the music videos, is that.
Hella
fuck,
money,
man, there's so much going on. There's a lot of stimulants in that fucking in their production. It's
right.
oh shit. Not only are they dancing and they're doing
singing,
their green screen, they're rapping, they're blowing shit up.
They got the
what is going on?
Their hairs are dyed. They got
and it's
eyeliner.
And they get people to do fucking features. Was it last week they dropped the a song, BTS dropped a song with Nicki Minaj, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I'll tell you who everyone they've worked with so far. They've worked with.
Good. Listen.
They've appeared on Ellen, Jimmy Kimmel, and the James Corden
show.
Right, and they've so far as a group or even as individuals, they've worked with Steve Aoki, designer, Warren G. They worked on the 2015 Fantastic Four movie. They worked with Wale, the Chainsmokers, Nicki, and Fall Out Boy. And they're about to do one with Zed later in the future. And I think even Pharrell is talking to them too. And then they're going to be on Jimmy Fallon this year too.
Yeah,
and that's going to be nuts if the Roots does something with them.
Okay, obviously I'm having trouble with talking and synthesizing all this information because I'm
right. I had to research this episode.
feel fucking old. That's for one because like for me, I still kind of find myself in youth culture, but it's like one of those things with BTS. It's a part of the culture. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like,
It's way over here, right? It's like this
Like-
is. I mean, like youth culture, but I'm with like youth American culture kind of thing.
yeah, no, but it's weird how like for example, Rona's younger sister who grew up in Alabama and is going to school here in San Diego for a little bit. She's into K-pop and BTS in Alabama, not she was introduced to it in California. It was in Alabama, and it's like, this doesn't make any sense. What's going on? I'm trying to understand you, but I mean, from this point of view, when I'm trying to understand it, it's like, I guess it's like this fucking wave of something different. It's like, in the time of the boy bands and shit like that, right? There was like New Kids before our generation, and then there was Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and like 98 Degrees and all the other ones, the other smaller.
Town.
Yeah, all the nothing at all.
But yeah,
Yeah,
BTS is the
yeah.
biggest boy-
It's like,
boy band.
and then what after that core group? It was what the fucking the British shit.
One Direction.
One Direction, and then it's like it's another, I guess, part of the
Girl groups.
yeah, it's part of this like fucking wave of like of groups of male performers. I'm like, okay, that's where I see it, and then it's like, I still don't get it, like why Korean though? Like, I don't get it. Like they're not speaking. They're not all singing and rapping in English.
Right.
Like, it's not 100% English. It's like, like the K-pop style of they'll sing 90% in Korean, and then they'll draw like a few
English lines.
yeah, a few lines and phrases of English, and I'm like, what? That?
Yeah. Other than Rap Monster can actually speak English fluently. But yeah, that's a side point. But yeah, so I guess their music just connects. Like, that's what like proves like the power of music. Music connects people. Like on a different level.
Yeah.
Like, that's why the reason why I listen to like foreign music too. That's why I listen to Sigur Rós or Japanese music or even classical. Like, I could just vibe with the music better.
Yeah.
But apparently their message is what really like sticks with some people. And I said, right, they did stuff more like they rap more about like mental health, depression, and like loving yourself kind of thing.
And I think when I was watching the videos, is that even when they're doing their rap, I mean their cadence is very similar to some of the newer. I don't want to say newer. I mean it's similar to American like rap, not like the trap. Like trap music, but
well, they aren't rapping like Migos. Or
they're not. Yeah, they're like, these guys aren't talking about drugs,
right?
as
It's different.
much.
Right? It's a different thing. It's not about like balling
different,
out.
and it's obviously different from what 88 Rising's been doing.
Yeah, which is on a totally different level.
Totally different level. It's a different avenue. It's obviously more like Chinese and Singaporean, Southeast Asian trap. Like I get
Right.
that, and then it's like K-pop.
K-pop is its own beast.
No, it's weird because it's like,
its own
I
beast.
understand K-pop in a frame, but then it's like you have this new gen of BTS, right? It's like, and as you say it, it's like a purple cow, right? It's like this thing that exists. It's like, this is the only thing that's fucking made it across culture. Like,
Right.
It's the one big group that actually kind of made it in America.
Right, and we're trying to like. That's what I brought up to Erwin. I was like, why? Like, why BTS? Why did they get all this collaboration? Why are people booking them?
Yeah,
Why are they
it's
trying
so
to jump
weird
on
because
these
you would
songs?
think that it would be Psy, and I don't know, did we talk about it on air? Or
We did not. No.
Oh, so how like Psy was kind of this joke. Like, it wasn't supposed to be like a
Yeah, it
like
was
a
like-
thing
it was
to be
whatever.
exported, and it was like, here's this goofy guy dancing, and
That's it. Yeah,
that's it.
That's what it is. They made fun of him dancing. His music video was outrageous, and it was funny. That's it. That was his only appeal.
Right. And I thought that was like, oh, then
That's the extent of it, right?
yeah, like, oh, that's cool. Like, like they're now listening to Korean music here. The one song. Now it's like, oh shit, BTS, like.
Yeah, BTS is like a totally different generation, or it also hits different generation fans too. So I mean, obviously, it's more female oriented, and they're all younger, kind of thing.
So okay, so then, have you kind of understood it enough to a point where you can say why BTS? And could you answer your own question? Because obviously, I fucking don't know.
Can I answer BTS?
Like why BTS versus everybody who's done it and tried to do it up to now. Like I remember when I talked about Baby Vox about a year ago. Remember Baby Vox had a verse with Tupac and their music video looked like fucking Fast and the Furious.
Right.
Like, there's obviously been a 20-year gap of like the birth of K-pop and its current like mimicking American form and shit like that. What is it? What makes BTS special? Or is it the generation? Is the culture different?
Well, globalization helps too.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
YouTube helps with all that, because like a lot of Americans are into like Asian stuff too. We're gonna be truthfully honest.
Yo, that's why Crazy Rich Asian was popping. You didn't
I haven't
see
seen
it
it yet.
Okay, it's all good.
I plan on seeing it though. I listen to Ali's podcast. She talk about it.
Shout out to the Model Minority Podcast. We're trying to be on in the season. I don't know, maybe sometime. Who knows?
All hella quiet about it. Well, anyway, so why BTS? I'm gonna say it, in my opinion, from like two different standpoints. One is gonna be the generation, right? Like a little bit more accepting about K-pop, right? Mm-hmm. And even there's an article by Simon. Yeah, I looked this shit up too.
Cytec?
Simon.
No.
Simon. You know,
What the
like,
fuck is that?
the British dude, one that always like creates all these. You know, America's Idol, America Idol.
Oh,
That's
Simon. I thought you meant like Simon, with the guy who hates millennials.
Oh no. He doesn't hate millennials, but that's another day. I'll defend him later. But that's Simon, because he actually said like a few years ago that K-pop was going to be a big thing soon. Mm-hmm. So he predicted that, but I don't think it's big. I think this is just BTS. Like I don't think all K-pop's ever going to like get into America, right? I really think it's just going to be BTS, unless there's another group that will like outshine BTS. Well, anyways, so that's the first reason. I think it's a generation thing, right?
Okay.
People are a little bit more accepting about it.
So you're saying that the people who like BTS and their core fan base, like a lot of young folks and like from the teens till maybe their 20s, really love K-pop. Mm-hmm. Like because they're the drivers of culture. Like,
right.
This is why they're popping.
Right.
Okay.
So that's one.
Yes. Okay. I'll accept that. Okay.
Two, I think, if you really think about it, people aren't jumping, or BTS isn't jumping to like different artists. Artists are jumping to BTS, right? Because BTS obviously doesn't need Nicki Minaj, Steve Aoki.
No.
But I think the Steve Aoki actually fits because
I would say this. I saw the fucking Steve Aoki video. Shit, that was the beat was popping. Like it was nice.
Right. So
nice.
that was Steve Aoki's first number one hit on iTunes. Okay.
Really?
That's his number one hit on iTunes.
Facts. Wow. Right. Okay. I didn't know that.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not that BTS needs other groups. Other groups need BTS. That's why like people are jumping on them. I think that's why people are jumping on them. One, I think it's a good marketing thing. Like I think it's like like a win-win situation where it's like, you know, come on, like Nicki, for example, right?
Okay.
Nicki's it fits her style, right? Her flamboyant style. And she goes on that music. She get, you know, people kind of like people in Korea or whatever internationally will like look at her now kind of thing, right? Where she was kind of more popular in the US, right? So now she gets exposure like a little bit worldwide. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
so do you think Rich Chigga would do a collab with BTS?
They have pictures with BTS.
like a real song or just
no, they have pictures like
just like hanging out.
Yeah, so I think that someday, but then I don't know. That's the thing, because BTS says they're gonna do a song with Zed. Like that's their goal. Like they'll show interest in different like artists. Like this, like, oh, what's one artist you want to work with? Zed. I'm like, okay. So Zed wants to do it. And if you think about it, if Zed does it, it's going to make him popular. It's going to make BTS popular even more with two different culture scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So another person who, like, also, you know, I told you they did one with Fall Out Boy.
Okay.
Another group they're going to do, like, they talked to Pharrell behind the scenes, so we'll see maybe. Like, even John Legend got their autograph. John Legend went to go see BTS to get, like, something signed for his wife or daughter. So that shit's crazy. Yeah, I had to watch fucking a lot of BTS videos for this shit.
Obviously, because I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I did, dude.
So, but that's what I'm saying.
Surprised
though.
me,
Like,
JV.
why? Like, that's what, like, I'm always asking myself when I'm watching this video, like, why BTS?
Do you think they're more successful in America and / worldwide because they're more competent in English, or they have a more master of the English language?
No, Rap Monster's just super smart. Rap Monster was like one of the top 1% students in school. He just happened to learn English, kind of thing. That's it. I mean, it's not that. It's their music. Like for me, like it's kind of like how people like Big Bang and Shiny. Yeah. Like they like their music. They like how flamboyant it was. Blah blah blah. But I want to say it's because of BTS's
It's
theme.
just BTS.
No, their theme. Their meaning behind their music. So next time you guys watch a BTS video, like listen to the just put on English subtitles. I'm serious.
That's the only way you can watch BTS videos.
Right.
Unless you're Korean, obviously, or you understand Korean.
Because I'll watch BTS videos and I'm like, man, these look like every other Korean K-pop videos I've ever seen.
Yeah, no lie.
Right.
Like,
other than Kyone does their choreo. That's why I kind of watch
like
BTS.
I said, it's going back. It's such a trip how the people that were in the scene doing their thing at Body Rock and Culture Shock Showcase. It's like, oh, let's go make money at the top end at fucking
and K-pop videos. Can you imagine like money that Kyone Mari are making from like BTS?
Just BTS.
Just BTS alone.
Just BTS.
Just BTS.
Not doing videos on YouTube anymore or whatever. You know, they're just doing BTS. That shit is wild.
Shout out to like Kyone Mari. Like you guys are doing a lot too. Like,
are we trying to get them on the podcast too?
That'd be cool. That'd be so cool.
Do they still live in San Diego?
Yeah, they still got a dance studio.
I don't know.
My nephew's trying to get on that, so I was like, I'll take you one day.
We can keep that in.
Yeah, I'll keep that in.
Kyone Mari, we'll put it out there. You know, get it out there.
If you hear this, if you gotta want to
four mics. We could do 4 mics.
We could do 4 mics. I'll buy 4 mics. That shit's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So, just going back to BTS and trying to wrap this up. Yeah. I mean, when it comes to being popping, because wasn't there a concert recently in LA, or was that K-pop con?
Oh,
K-pop con was in
K-pop con kind of their K-pop festival. Yeah, they perform. I heard they performed their K-pop con. Yeah, but that's such a small niche. You know, you're never gonna hear about it.
It's so fucking weird. It's like in my head, it's like I would never think that K-pop would have their own like festival.
It's been going on for a few years though.
No, but it's so like I understand that, but it's the matter of like disbelief because it's such a niche thing, right?
Right.
It's so niche.
Well, Anime Expo is also a niche thing too. And that shit 4 days.
That's what I'm saying. Is like that's how you make money. You speak to a niche.
That's what Seth Godin said. Yeah.
Speak to a niche. That's why we got to speak to our niche, JV.
Right. That's what I told you. All right, we're not gonna.
This is the year, man. That's what I'm saying. This is the year.
Yo, man, I was so hyped for our thing. I was like, we're gonna do this, this, and this. It's gonna energize us. Hell yeah.
Fucking.
Erwin's drinking.
Yeah. True.
Not bad. Did I interrupt you? That's a hella bad now.
I have to have the time. I'm like trying to think of like.
But I'm saying like, it's so interesting to me that K-pop actually became a scene. Like it, and remind you, this is 2 years strong right now. This is since 2016 when BTS first appeared at the Billboard Music Awards.
Yes, I remember that. That was
2017. They also appeared and performed at the Billboard's awards.
Didn't they win an award or some shit too?
I think
2 years.
So.
Wasn't it like best new artist or
or something like that?
It was
right.
some close,
something like
or
that.
like they were like a online award winner or some shit like that.
Some shit like that. So, anyways, another big thing this year, other than they just performed last night at America's Got Talent, whatever.
Yeah, I
Right,
saw the
And then
the timeline go off. They're like, oh shit, BTS.
right, and then now they will be at the American Music Awards. They're up for Best Social Artist, that new category.
Yeah, they probably had to make a fucking new category to fucking.
I saw
cater.
that. Yeah, I
Has to
saw
be.
that list. It
Has to be.
has to be for BTS. So what I'm saying is, like, it's crazy how a lot of us are kind of integrating different cultures to, like, you know, American culture kind of thing too. I think it's interesting, and I think we should embrace it because that's part of what it's pop culture, man. And you never predict what pop culture is ever going to consist of.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to, right? So it's like,
Crazy Rich Asians and BTS, Asia of 2018.
fuck, yeah, it's youth culture. Youth culture drives the culture, and youth culture is really into BTS, and it's just one of those things that's how I know I'm fucking getting old, because I'm like, I don't get it.
Would never.
I don't get it, but
expect
I'm like, it's cool. I mean,
I thought
not my
K-pop-
thing.
Yeah, I thought Asian music would just be something I'd be listening to in my room by myself. You know what I mean?
It's like, I'm happy just bumping my chill hop. Like, I'm chill.
I'm chill. Oh, everyone gone now? J-pop, whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, let's segue into the final segment, or not the final. Oh, I guess
Final segment.
under over.
Over.
Go first. What you got?
Travel.
Go for it.
Overrated.
This is like, when I edit, I'm gonna put a fucking like bomb. Says the guy who's always gone.
Right. Okay.
He's always never home.
Maybe I'm gonna like pull a Jim Carrey move and be like, when you travel a lot, it's not gonna get as exciting the more you travel, right? I think because here's what I think. I think people want to go everywhere, right? That's what I notice about a lot of travelers.
Okay.
They want to go everywhere. I don't think you should do it that way. I think you should really like write out your top 5, less than top 10 at least. Top 10 favorite places you want to go and try to hit it up. It should be only those places and those places only, and don't really try to like, because if you go somewhere just to go there, you'd be like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't get that, you don't appreciate the experience more. So you should go to places where you really, really, really enjoy. Like for me, it's gonna like, I kind of noticed that when I went to Korea. I liked it, but I wasn't like crazy about it. I could have passed on it. I could have went somewhere else. Like Indonesia was actually surprisingly really fun. I really enjoyed it. That's why I would go back again. I would go back to there in Japan, and I would go to Greece, maybe, and Spain. And I would redo Dublin and Rome.
That's it.
Yeah, so I think it's overrated in a sense where I think people travel too much. And I think it's underrated in the sense where people should travel. People should travel, just not too much. What?
Traveling, underrated. I'm gonna say underrated.
Why?
Because I think that we get caught up on our own lives on the gram, or rather, you get caught up in your own lives, and most people fucking just scroll through their feed and live out their fucking dreams through other people. And it's better to just fucking do it. Go ahead and fucking travel. Get it out. But I do see the adverse effect of like you travel too much. Because as a Lyft driver, I pick up people who go on business trips, and it's like I'd rather be at fucking home with my family. So I will say traveling underrated just for the fucking people who are on the gram.
Got it.
And people who are only stuck on the gram.
Respectable.
Okay.
Next one, I'm going to say K-pop, since this is
What the fuck? Go ahead.
overrated.
Fucking overrated. Wow.
It's not as great as what it sounds. I'm going to say it right now. I'm sorry. I still don't understand the appeal to K-pop.
Yeah.
But I had to follow like the Steve Covey thing and like seek to understand first and then be understood. So that's what I did with this topic.
Shit. With K-pop, it's just rated.
It's super rated, man. I don't get it. It's too much.
It's fine. Like I whatever, dude. Like
if that,
it's fine.
That's what you like. That's what you like, man. No.
It's one of those things.
Right. Like you like Lil Yachty. You like whatever, man.
God
whatever.
damn it. Okay.
Next.
Downloading music. Overrated, underrated.
That shit underrated, man. I love downloading music. I like still having copies of music. Erwin talked about this to me earlier, but go ahead. What's yours?
Okay, it's obviously underrated.
Okay.
I was fucking telling JV when I was working. I was working out a conspiracy theory. How fucking
This could be a topic later, but
yeah, how eventually all the streaming services and every like Spotify, Apple, they're gonna control their A&R, so like their fucking artists and their how they find new artists, their distribution, so like fucking streaming, only streaming, and like in the future, because we're not fucking downloading things and we're not buying CDs, is that it's gonna be like pay for radio. Everything's gonna be fucking paid for. You can't fucking buy or download physical or any version of the song or any movie or such, because they're all gonna take that shit.
Do you think that's gonna apply to other things such as cars and? You know what I mean?
I haven't worked that shit out all the way.
But you just okay for music and
because
like, for media for now.
Yeah, because it like right when it started with Napster and Metallica sued because they're like, you're stealing our fucking songs, and it's like, well,
okay,
like that's the beginning of like, well, okay, like I get it, like music isn't free. You got to pay the artist something,
right?
So how are you gonna fucking pay the artist when no one's buying music if you can just pay for streaming?
Right.
If the artist on a fucking Spotify stream is only getting like pennies per stream, how does
That's
that?
a hell of pennies, though.
Yeah, but still, it's like a fraction of whatever. Like if we put the podcast on Spotify, how it's like a fraction of a cent. It's almost like a Bitcoin, bro.
Bitcoin's hella expensive. Though.
No, I'm saying like a fraction of like there's not that many people own a Bitcoin, but there's a lot of people who own a fraction of a Bitcoin.
Right. I don't know. I could see it by. I don't know. America thinks. Like
let me just fucking work it out. Yeah. I can probably give me like 5 episodes to be like, yo, like this is it, man. This is it.
We'll have an episode called "Conspiracy Theories" just for you. You should watch that Netflix special called "Conspiracy Theories."
I'm fucking done. All right. Let's wrap up.
Wrap up.
Let's do it.
All right, man. So.
We spent a lot of time on K-pop.
Right. It was really a topic we didn't plan on talking about, but I thought it was relevant, and I'm trying to focus our podcast a little bit more. So, I think K-pop's relevant.
Energizing topics.
It is energizing because we actually felt like there were less like quiet spots on it. But
no, it was entertaining. I mean, obviously K-pop, that's your thing. That's your thing. Obviously, from this podcast point of view, this is not our thing.
It's not
we don't
thing,
like.
But
BTS.
I appreciate it. Like I understand it. I appreciate it. I think they're gonna fucking do well here. But shout out to BTS if you listen.
Shout out to BTS. Shout out to Keone Mari, hopeful guest.
Shout out to Keone and Mari. You guys fucking made BTS dope. And shout out to like people who listen to this, man.
Shout out.
Shout out, man.
Every time someone says, "Hey, I listened to your podcast," I'm like, "Fucking thanks." Listen to our podcast.
Like, fucking thanks. Who said that?
One of my like elementary school friends.
Oh, cool. I'll make my nephew now. I'm just kidding. That's cool.
I was like, "Oh shit."
Shout out to the people.
Shout out to you. Shout out to our 10 listeners.
Yeah. If you guys got things you want us to talk about or like want us to elaborate on, like feel free. That'd be dope.
I feel like this BTS episode, we might get like someone saying like a hardcore BTS fan being like, but you don't understand BTS.
I just explained.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. That's just, I feel like it's gonna happen, and
that's fine.
We'll have a fucking follow-up episode.
Well, yeah, we can answer some of that in the next podcast. But yeah, it's up to you to fucking market that though. You gotta tag. You know you're tagging better than I do, so you better tag BTS. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
man. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Thanks. Peace.